Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we worked on getting tin smelting up and running, so we got that all set up. So that tin is up and running. I did notice one small issue is I did not quite properly connect all of my water lines along here. So they should now be connected and operating at full tilt now, so that is good. And everybody's running. So there we go. So now we're building up tin plate and tin copper wire in silos. So what I decided that we're going to do next is we're going to set up a production facility for making some basic materials. Talking like belts, inserters, circuits, grenades, bullets, turrets, whatever else I can think of to try to start manufacturing. Definitely going to be wanting to get science packs up and running over here, move our whole science facility so I don't have to keep manually moving iron plate down here to fill in here, which looks like I need to do again, but you know, it's all right. I've queued up manufacturing a whole bunch of red belt for that process. I'm going to let that run. There is one thing I need to do, and I just realized, and that is I need to go grab some landfill. Hopefully I have some landfill available. And fill in some landfill around the tin area because I don't have enough room to work there. Alright, so let me just kind of sneak in over here. That ought to work. Let me just grab like most of that. Alright, see, yeah, there's just not enough room right here. Alright, let's just, sorry if this is kind of loud. There we go. Burn it all. There we go. So, what we're going to need to do is start setting up some production lines for what we want to do. And then we can start making this. First thing we need to do is set up for making red belt. Because I'm tired of doing this stuff. Making all these belts by hand. So what we're going to want to do is add a recipe for red belt. And we only have these factories. And we're going to go compute by factory. How many can one factory make? 1.5 per second. What if I wanted to do 2 factories? Well, it'll be 3 per second, obviously. So then we would need transport belts, right? And we would need gears. We would need 11 factories supplying gears to make 3 belts per second. Really? We would need 34.5 iron plate per second. Do you know what? We really don't actually need that. As long as we're making something, right? As long as we're making something. Yeah, we don't need to do proper ratios or anything. We're just gonna do a couple of lines here. So we're gonna need recipes for fast underground belt. We'll do one of those. We'll need underground belts. We'll obviously need transport belts. And then we can do gear wheels. Alright, and then we're going to want recipes for fast splitters. Now these are going to get interesting. Because they're going to need these basic electronic boards, which is going to be a whole nother line we're going to set up. So this isn't going to be able to operate, at least initially. Basic circuit boards. Compute by factory rate 1. Update. These actually don't need a lot of resources. Okay. So, let's go ahead and let's start with this. This is going to be the easiest thing. Alright, so what we're going to want to do is we want to create basically what we're going to call like a bus of iron plate here. Now, I did actually try to install the mod for loaders, which has been recommended to me before, which basically allows you to put an item here that will pull items out of a chest, like a silo or a warehouse or any other chest, at the rate at which a belt can support without having to use like inserters. But I have installed, but they're not showing up, so apparently it's not working. There's some sort of compatibility issue, not sure what's going on there. So unfortunate, but what we've got. So I'm going to create a line here for iron plate. Probably have to remove these guys at some point. It's all a bunch of junk. What I could probably do is just... Well, I could definitely use the inserters. Yeah, let me just pick all this stuff up. Kind of get this out of our way here. The raw wood, well actually the coal, the pellets, the coke, the wood bricks, and most of the wood can go in the trunk of the car. Which I'll bring down here. Just put that all away right now. Okay. So, you and you will offset there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to split off. So let's come down here a little bit. Let's give it a little bit of room to work. Let's go there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 2 factories. I guess I already have one. Making gears. I'm just kind of freehanding this. Right, and then we will direct insert from these guys into a factory, making... We need to make first. We need to make the yellow belts. Now the yellow belts are actually going to need the iron plate. Let's utilize this. There. Then we'll direct insert this guy into a red belt. Then we'll give everybody some power. Unfortunately, these guys need power there. And then we will connect through here, get everybody working. Oh, this guy needs gears as well. Okay. Then let's do like this. Since we're going to need to put gears in multiple places, let's use a belt. And what we'll do is we'll do this and this. Oh no. We'll do this and this. Do the direct insertion from one to the other. Bring these guys here. There we go. Just do double inserters across the whole thing. Alright, so that should make red belt, and what we'll do... We don't really need anything that big. A steel chest should be sufficient. Just put it right here. Get some light. Yeah, definitely not making enough gears. But over time, it will begin to build up. Right? We just let it run for a little bit. Alright, so let's do the next thing. Alright, which again, first thing we're going to need is we're going to need gears. So we'll do 2 making gears. I'm not going to really need pipe, so we can put pipe away. And a splitter. What I should probably do is turn this into a medium pole there. And you guys, of course, will be making gears. We're going to put those gears on a belt. Again, make sure one's dropping near. And then we're going to need a factory making the yellow belts again. Okay, so you probably aren't going to need double inserters here. Yeah, just aren't making this fast enough to really warrant it. Okay, and then we're going to feed these belts into a line, making the underground yellow belts, which are also going to need plates, which will do the same thing we did. You know, it might also be a good idea to make a line making electric poles, too. Do these guys need gears? No, they just need the transport belts and the iron plates. Right? Oh, yeah, you need to be making transport belts. There we go. Alright, so then we're going to make the underground belts. And then we need to feed the underground belts into another guy here that is going to be taking the gears as well to make red underground belt. And then we'll go ahead with the same thing. Put a chest here. All right. And we're starting to draw on this iron faster than we can really use it. And actually, what might be a better idea here is to switch this to coming out of the bottom of the silo. So I need stack inserters, really, is what I need. But I need the electronic circuit boards, which I don't have those yet. Again, a little bit of light. Alright, so we're accumulating belts. That's good. We're accumulating underground belts. That's good. Now, as I said, the splitters are going to be trickier. Let's switch to this. Now, especially since I mean, we're getting enough. We're getting enough iron through to keep everything running. Alright, we're going to split there. And this actually wants 3. Which I think we can do 3. And then 3 more. Thing is, we just won't have is the circuit boards. We'll be doing those probably next, because we're going to need the circuit boards for both the splitters and the inserters as well. They're going to need circuit boards. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put these 3 guys here. And what we'll do is we'll have you drop near. And we don't need a lot of this stuff to actually be out on the tool belt. So we can just put this away, and hopefully I'll remember to just leave stuff on the tool belt. You again. right. We need, probably we can get by with just one inserter loading. Yeah, that seems to keep things fed enough. And then we have the basic yellow belts. Then we have the yellow and splitters. Then we have the red splitters. And these guys are going to need gears and plates. These guys are also going to need plates. But not gears. They're going to need these. We're going to need somewhere to bring in basic circuit boards, but we can kind of bring that up here. And hold on. Yeah, these guys need plates. These guys need plates. This guy does not need plates. What this guy needs are those and gears. And if I wanted to go ahead and do this, well, hold on. Let's get everybody set up. And get them all power. Which we're probably going to need to expand the power plant again after this. Yep. And what we're going to do is I'm going to stick a stack of these in there. And we're going to make by hand. Let's just say a whole bunch of these. For the time being. And then once these boxes fill up, which I think that's probably going to be way more underground belt than we'll ever need. Well, not that we'll ever need, but we'll need for a while. Let's at least get this running. Oh, somehow you didn't get set correctly. I'm probably going to need to go pick up some more basic electronic boards. Because now I'm kind of short on them. Which is no big deal. I can go ahead and grab some that we have in the old base. So I think probably electronics are going to be the next thing we need to do. Now the electronics are going to need wood. They're going to need wood. Which we can get that from a couple of different ways. We can do what we did here, which is basically just create a little greenhouse farm. Or we could use an algae farm to make cellulose fiber, because I believe that you can make wood boards out of cellulose fiber. Do I actually have the ability to make synthetic wood? No, I don't. Because you can also make synthetic wood out of naphtha using Petrochem. But does not look like I have that recipe yet, and I might not be able to research it. Whoa! Oh! 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 My fault for trying to drive backwards. Let's just see here for a second. Synthetic wood. Yes, we should have it. Because what I could do is I could set up a petroleum processing area, which I'm going to want to do anyway because I made myself a flamethrower. And I'm going to want to make some flamethrower fuel. Because we're going to have a lot of nests to clear, and the flamethrower is very effective. Alright, let's just search for wood. Alright, where... There it is. Synthetic wood. Okay. Naphtha. You just take 10 naphtha, you put it in a... chemical plant, and you get wood out of it. Let's see. Let's just experiment with a recipe here for a second. We want to make basic circuit boards using a electronics assembling machine. We want to make enough to put on a full yellow belt. We would need 14 electronics assembly machines. Okay. Well, this is our starting point. We're going to need wooden boards, right? Which can also be made in the electronics assembly machines. And then we're going to need wood. And we're going to use the synthetic wood recipe in... What's the best chemical plant we have? Just the chemical plant ones. We would only need 2 of them. And we would need 33.4 naphtha per second. Which we could get oil refining, mineral oil, fuel oil, and naphtha from an oil refinery. Which we only have the Mark 1s. We'd only need 4 of them. 66.7 crude oil. We would need to get that oil separation from multi-phase oil. Oil and gas separator. Which we only have the Mark 1s. 2 of them. It's no big deal. And can I actually get this? No. Okay, so I can't tell how many actual pump jacks I'm going to need to produce 95.3 multi-phase oil per second. But this is not impossible. We would have a bunch of other stuff we're going to need to deal with, but I'm going to need the fuel oil anyway. I'm going to want the naphtha as well. The base mineral oil, we can convert that into things. Let's actually start getting some Petrochem started. I think that's probably a good idea. So let's go ahead and pin that, and then we'll get started on that. I'm not sure we're going to do a full 14. That's a bit ridiculous. Let's just say, let's switch to doing 4. Update. Okay, then that's, oh yeah, that's way doable. Very, very doable. Okay. So yeah, that'll be the plan for next episode. So, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.